on, guys? Jonathan here from Expandify, and we're at the Montreal Franchise Show, and I am with
Mahmoud Awada. I am the Franchise Director of Quebec for the Bank of Montreal.
Nice. So basically, he works with a lot of franchisees, is that right?
I work with franchisees, but also franchisors a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so, what's like one of the main things you look for when you're looking to approve someone for financing for a franchise?
Listen, there's a couple of factors. Yes, there's the funds, but also the experience of the franchisee. Does he understand the whole process of what being a franchisee versus a franchisor? Does he have a team with him? Is he going to be an investor, an operator? What type of franchises he's getting into? What led him to go into a franchise? I start to understand what's his mindset, the experience, the capital that is available. And from there, I can start to take a look at the file if he's suitable to be a next franchisee, right?
Okay, so from what I'm understanding, even if someone has all the finances in the world, all the money, that's not all it takes to become a partner with the bank.
No, definitely not. We're going to do a credit check. First of all, we're going to see his background. We're going to take a look at what's his projections. Is he buying an existing franchise? Is he buying a new concept?
Right.
Is he buying shares? Is he buying assets? If it's a brand new, we have projections. The projections are based on what? If it's an existing location, we look at the financial statements. We see if he's able to provide enough cash flow to pay back the debt. So there's a lot of things that you have to look at before giving a final decision.
Nice. And how long does that process usually take?
Listen, every file is different. I can tell you it's about maybe 3 weeks once we receive all the documents, just to see if the person will qualify or not.
3 weeks is pretty quick. And what's your conversion rate? Like, what percentage of people that apply usually would get approved for a franchise?
Tough question, to be honest. We try to look at the quality of the franchisee. By quality, again, we look at his experience, his network. Something that people don't realize is a lot of people come in with a lot of money and they inject it into the business, and there's going to be, oh, well, I have 200,000, I'm going to put it as a down payment and the rest we're going to finance it. But what we look at is, after your down payment, will you still have enough money on the side to inject in the business, right? So if the business doesn't go as planned, if your projections are too optimistic and you don't cash flow enough and you don't have enough money to cover the debt, you still have money on the side, or equity or network, something to inject back in the business after we give the loan. If you have enough capacity, then I believe the file is going to be good to go. I can tell you maybe 80% of the file, we have solid franchisees, and thank you to the franchisor, because the franchisor, he does his selection too, right? So the franchisor wants to see a franchisee that is solid, a franchisor that is willing to work for him, a franchisor that has enough net worth that even after he puts his down payment, he's going to still have money on the side to inject in the business, just in case it doesn't materialize.
And that makes perfect sense. You want to ensure the best percentage of success, right?
Right, you want both parties to win. The franchisor needs to make sure the franchisee makes money, because if no franchisee make money, the franchisor will not exist, right?
Sure.
So you have to make sure that your franchisees make enough money for the franchisor to succeed.
And then the bank can make some money too on the loan.
Everyone has to win, right?
It's a win-win-win.
It's a win-win-win situation.
I like it.
The bank wins, the franchisee wins, the franchisor wins.
Nice.
Everyone's happy.
Awesome. And what would you say would be a good, let's say, percentage or ratio from down payment to extra capital, working capital put on the side?
Listen, something that I take a look at is the percentage of injection. A lot of people, they don't want to inject a lot, and they come to me and they tell me, oh, can you, Mahmoud, finance 90% of the project? And as a businessman, I think this is very dangerous. And the reason behind it is, this is my thinking. If I put myself into a franchisor position and you have someone coming in with only 10% down payment, that puts a lot of pressure on your cash flow, and you don't have enough skin in the game. Business tomorrow doesn't go as planned, you can just say, well, you know what, I only put 10% and I'm gone. Whereas you have someone who comes in with 30% down payment, that person has more skin in the game. That person is going to be more involved. This person is going to be working more because he comes with a lot of money injecting it into his business, right?
Yeah.
So you know from the get-go that this person is more involved in the business.
Yeah.
And also, as a bank, I don't want you to have a lot of stress on your cash flow.
Right,
So
right.
that if the loan is too high, it's going to be too difficult for the franchisee to pay back the loan.
Right. So what you're saying is you pay attention to what you pay for, and the more you pay, the more you're going to pay
It's
attention
common
and
sense,
ensure
right.
success.
It's common sense, right?
Nice.
We want to make sure everyone makes money at the end of the day, and we have to make sure that we have the right structure in place for everyone to make money.
I love it. Awesome. Cool.
Thank you.
So now I know that we can refer some of our franchisor clients to you, and we can hopefully get them funding with BMO.
You're more than welcome, and every file we're going to take a look at it.
I look
for sure.
forward to it.
Thank
It's a
you.
real pleasure.
Thank you, Jonathan.